Hi, I'm jplummer. I am a middle school teacher in northern Maine. Today's video is the fourth in a series that I'm making on the response to the need to help parents deal with issues of at-home learning. At the time of the recording of this video, the coronavirus was very prevalent and many parents are at home with their children. Some are even having to work from home. So this is a very important video, I think, to help parents. If you're watching this in the future, you may be wanting to see some of the ideas that I'm bringing forth because of a snow day or maybe some other interruption in the school year. So without further ado, let's get on to the content of today's video. So today's video is about the approximate length of time that your child should be spending on each subject area and examples of how to structure a schedule for your child. So let's get started. I just want to quickly go over some expectations for learning time for elementary students. These times will look different than middle or high school students. Math lessons should last about 20 minutes, maybe 30 at the most if it's a more difficult concept, and this should include the instruction and the practice part. The reading and writing, I would say probably 20 minutes for each, and I guess it depends on the concept, but and the teacher may only assign one or the other. If it gets into the 40-minute range, I would say after 20 minutes, stop and take a break, and then go back and do the other 20 minutes. The physical education / exercise, you don't necessarily have to call it physical education. It could be just an exercise. That should be 30 to 60 minutes, and that will depend on your child. If your child is very active, you might want to give them 60 minutes. And if not, 30 minutes is good, whether it be walking or following a video on the internet for exercise or a video game, like a movement video game. Then lunchtime, let them connect with their friends. That's what they're used to, and they're not going to have that now. So you might want to see if they could video chat with a friend or call a friend on the phone and just say, how's it going? That connection is really important for kids. All right, then after that, and again, these are just suggestions. You don't have to do these in that order. So give them creative time, 60 to 90 minutes, and it depends on your child again. If your child isn't the creative type, I can think of a couple of my students that aren't. They may not want to take more than 30 minutes to create things. Most of the time, when people think of creative time, they think about art and music, but you can make it like do some sort of construction, like with Legos, have them make something, create something, or even draw a plan to create something. Then the last part of the day that you might want to think about are having the child do some chores. And they don't have to be big chores. It could be wiping down the counter. It could be putting the dishes in the dishwasher. It could be feeding the dog or the cat. Just anything that is simple that they can do. And again, that fosters independence, and it also creates that sense of accomplishment and confidence in the child. Oh, and one other thing, now that the children are home, they're going to be making more messes than they would if they were at school, obviously. So if they're making more messes, have them be responsible and clean up after themselves. And this is a good time to do it at the end of the day. All right, I'll go over this. I said that I was going to go over it quickly in the last slide, and I didn't. But this is pretty much the same slide, but the times are a little bit longer for these kids. For the middle school and high school students, something, and I guess this is also important for the younger ones too, but for middle school and high school students, they end up spending a lot of time sitting, reading, or writing, whereas the younger ones don't. They can't sustain their attention that long. So the middle and high school students still need some kind of a break. And one of the things that I do in my classroom is I include brain breaks. That's what we call them, brain breaks. And these are really important. When I look around my room and I see that the kids are starting to put their head down on their desk, or they're yawning, or just kind of getting very lethargic, what I ask them to do is get up and move. This is so important. Again, lunchtime, have them connect to their friends, texting, video chatting, however, posting on social media, whatever they feel like doing. Just give them that downtime during lunch because, again, that's their connection time. And then the creative time and the chores, obviously, chores that are more appropriate for that age level, taking out the garbage, sweeping the floor, vacuuming a rug, anything like that. That's a good time to do that. All right, so here's the sample schedule. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because it's pretty much what I just mentioned. But I just laid out some times, and this is more for the middle or high school student than the elementary, so you can adjust the times. But the important thing is to lay it out in front of them. Put all that information down on a piece of paper or even on a poster board and post it in a central location so everybody is on the same page. And that's really important. And remember to give them downtime. They need quiet time. We all need quiet time. Even if they're middle or high school, they need some non-academic time. That will also help reduce that nagging that parents tend to do. So I hope you found that helpful. Please look down below in the description box for more resources that will give you more information on the topic of scheduling and routines. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends and family, and in the future, watch for more videos. Until next time, bye.